Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Dripping in Alchemy. My name is Starr. Today I'm going to enter into this space with a rose incense. And I really felt called to just shift some of the energy that might be around the collective at this time. So I'm going to shake a rattle and enter into some sound. It feels like there's just this real strong essence of make sure to be cleansing and clearing your energy at this time, specifically those that know that have been in a space of doing some deep introspection, shadow work, or perhaps cutting ties and cords of previous expressions. And I feel like I'm stuttering and stopping and starting, and I feel like that might be how some of you are feeling right now, because you are clearing the past. So just be aware of that. But I'm going to enter in with a little bit of sound as well. I'm hearing you're ready. You're ready and it's time. And I am being drawn to shake the bell as well. It was 1:19 on the clock there. It was a lot last time's reading. So I'm going to just set the intention that what steps forward now is in the highest vibration for all. But I'm hearing this is going to be a pick a card of sorts. So we're going to just go with it. And I'm going to pull from I've just pulled from the Wild Archetypes deck. We've got the Cave stepping forward as pile 1. We've got the Womb stepping forward as pile 2. And then we've got the Mother as pile 3. So I'm going to read kind of in tandem as I go. I'm going to see how this works, but this is what I'm being drawn to do. And I'm feeling like with the Cave, those that are in this collective, it's like you're waiting for that divine spark of inspiration to come to you. And that's okay, but don't resist being in the cave. And I always see these hands as such a sensual expression, and I don't know why. So there's something in that. Sexual exploration, pleasure exploration. And the eyes, it's like it's hidden. It's just hidden. And I think there is a deeper message for some in that. And, you know, this idea of like cynicism is stepping forward as well. So I'm going to leave that there because I feel like it's getting into energies that I don't necessarily want to tap into, but that's there for some. And then we've got the womb here, and for whoever is here, you know, masculine or feminine, everything else is welcome too. But this idea of really coming back to the core of your existence feels like it's stepping forward with this womb card. You are really ready to see yourself wholly and truly. And I'm hearing now's your time to shine. And this is an inside out shine. And I think this is a thing that perhaps some of you have been afraid of. You've been afraid to be seen because you know it is your soul that is now shining through. So don't be afraid to share who you are with the world. That feels like such a strong message. And the graduation of that, you know, being the mother, becoming the mother, the pearl here, the pearl of wisdom, and amongst the village. I feel like some of you are now taking on this role to be the wisdom among the village, and you're ready for it is what I'm hearing. But I'm going to pull some tarot and then end with some oracle. We've got the Six of Swords, and this was in reverse, but I'm going to put it upright on the Cave expression. And then we've got the Five of Cups for the Womb. And then we've got the Two of Pentacles for the Mother. So this idea of moving into spaces that feel like calmer waters to you, cave people. And that sounds really rude, and I don't mean it that way, but you understand the expression. This idea of understanding and learning what is best for you and sticking to that. I feel like it's something that everyone in this pile has been having to understand what is truly best for you, and to let that be the full truth. And with the womb stepping forward with the Five of Cups, this is an expression of allowing for everything else that isn't necessary to be letting go of, to be taken away, to be something that the soul is now ready to release. And I feel like this might have been quite a time for some in this pile. It's like you've really been having to trust yourself and know what is beneficial for you and what truly isn't. And I think that it surprised you what you consider to be beneficial to you and what is no longer serving you. Because I'm hearing for some of you, you've said no to some things that you just never thought you would say no to. And you've said yes to some things that you just truly didn't ever think that you would say yes to. And that's okay. And I feel like I'm kind of stuck in this energy here. And maybe some of you feel stuck in this womb expression, but I'm hearing you're not, you're just working through what you have letting go of. And with the Two of Pentacles here with the Mother, it's like you have been keeping the balance for everyone else. And I'm hearing now's the time to find true balance within self, outside of the outside noise, outside of what others are, I'm going to say projecting onto you too. Because this is about fine-tuning what you know to be your truth, so that when others do try this, you know who you are. And you might not know everything. We can't ever know everything. You know, I feel like that's such a an expression of being a mother or a father. You know, having the child that looks up to you and then they grow up and realize that they are just only human too. And the separation and the upset, and also the, I want to say, the responsibility that takes on, you know, for the child and for the parents as well. And everyone is only human, and that feels like a deeper expression that is stepping forward. And I did bring in the feathers of cutting cords, so I'm just going to do that now at 557. That might be significant to some, so just cut any cords that may be here that don't need to be anymore. An expression of you in your own divine right, in your own divine light, is the purest for you, and it's okay to have that as your truth. So we're just cutting any cords from anything that isn't helpful. And that feels so strong for some. But I'm going to kind of layer into a general reading for all now, with the Eight of Pentacles coming forward, and this idea of really stepping forward into your creativity. And I'm hearing this is what's going to turn the Ten of Pentacles from a reverse into the upright, is trusting your creativity and letting your intuition guide you. For some of you, there is still a purging that needs to happen. I'm hearing specifically for the cave and the womb expression. The mothers, it's like you've cried enough tears, bless you all. So it's time for movement. Those are written the mother line, it's time for movement. And you know this, and White Pony is coming forward again. Yeah, but love is on the horizon for all. You know, and take that how you will. It doesn't necessarily have to mean a romantic relationship. It's just an equal expression. And this card of equal reciprocity coming out, it's like it's now your divine right to receive everyone that is here. And I think that gets missed. You know, even if you are in the cave space, you still deserve to receive just as much as the person that is in the mother phase. And I think this is something that is about self-worth and self-love. When you realize that no matter what phase in life you are, you deserve love, I think that everything changes. And that's been a real deep journey for myself. Yeah, the Starr coming out. My name is Starr. So there is an expression of worthiness and understanding your worth, and not settling for anything less, but also allowing for yourself to perhaps receive more than you have anticipated. And for some, this is going to take going back to the drawing board and really fine-tuning what you want to bring forward into the world. This feels like the expansive message of, yeah, what do you want? And let's co-create it together. This is like universal energy now reaching you, and you're going to be supported. With this woman hanging onto this rope here, it's like you're not going to fall. And for some of you, perhaps you feel like your stabilizers have just come off, in whatever expression that is for you. 8:11 on the clock there, in terms of your, I want to say, your virility for life. It's like you've gone up a level, and yeah, it's been destabilizing for you, but now you're finding your feet again. And that might be a confirmation for some. You didn't know what was going on, but it's like you've gone up a level. Yeah, it's like your alchemy of existence has just elevated, and you weren't sure what was happening at the time, but this is what is happening at all phases of this. Everyone is just upgraded. Yeah, because you said no more lack. And that was exactly what you were supposed to do. And I don't even want to put it down, if I'm being honest, on this spread, because yeah, everyone's done enough introspection. And some, you're still in this phase of the Magician and the Hermit, the Magician and the Hermit. And for some of you, especially this mother phase, some of you are wanting you to pop out and show out. And you don't have to do that. That's not how you need to be or have to be right now, even if others want this from you. Yeah, because you're still in a death and rebirth phase. So trust in that energy. Don't resist the death and rebirth. The moon here. Yeah, don't resist the rebirth, because I'm hearing someone wanting you to show up and show out so that you don't get to this divine expression and extension of who you truly are. This is like a trick. Yeah. Oh, yeah, my tummy rumbled then. This is like a trick. You might be thundering and lightning where you are. We've had quite a bit of rain today. The King of Wands. Something you don't see. The fire within. And for some, this is what you're trying to achieve, is that spark of inspiration within, that co-creation space with spirit, so that you can create exactly what you wish to experience. And this is coming in due time. So keep holding your light, keep holding your fire. Yeah, don't get lost in the past. And for some of you, I feel like you've just closed the door on something that was such a karmic cycle for you. And you are now ready to set it free. 10:10 on the clock there. And it's like you just weren't ready to before, but now you are. And I think this might shock some people. Yeah, because you find that divine spark within you. And you're just rolling with that. You're just rolling with your own divine spark. Because you know that it's you and only you that can bring you to what you fully need. And that's okay. And I think some were counting on you needing them in some way, and you don't. And that was a trapping of the mind and a trapping of the karmic loops, but that's okay. And now you've released yourself from all that once was, so that you can be stable in exactly who you are. And some were hoping that you weren't going to get to that phase, but you have. You have through expecting the best and being open to expansion. Yeah, the minute that you close yourself off, 11:08 on the clock there, that's when it's like you've lost. Remain open. Yeah, so that you can receive. No more inner conflict. That has left the table. Yeah, because you know your divine birth right now. You know what you came here to do. And if you don't know, there is an essence that you keep coming back to that is guiding the path for you, step by step by step. So don't worry if you don't know. Yeah, don't get stuck in the not knowing, because for some you don't actually have to know. You don't have to know what it is. You just have to keep trusting in miracles, which I'm laughing because I know that this is going to really annoy some, and I'm so sorry, but this is exactly what you asked for. 11:55 on the clock there. You asked to not see and just feel. Wow, you're going to have to feel your way through something. Wow, okay. You're going to have to feel your way through something, and many aren't going to like the card that just flipped out because it's the Tower. You didn't expect this to be your truth. Feeling your way to create the tapestry of life that you want. And this is what is helping you not feel abandoned. And I wasn't supposed to put this card down before now, because now's the time. Because your soul is ready to let go of feeling abandoned and to be free in this world. So I feel like I'm speaking to very expansive souls. And the minute that you said, okay, I'm just going to let my soul fly free, then all of these options opened up. And I think that's when you clammed up, because you didn't see that they were options. You were trying to spin wheels and create something that you just needed to say no to some things. Wow, that's so interesting. And now you know that. Now you understand this. Everything is going to be much more simple for you. You get to say no, and that's okay. And you get to say, actually, I've changed my mind. And that is also okay. As long as that's communicated, you know, in a way that is helpful for all. Release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding all change. You've gone through a massive change. You know, everyone that is here, most that are here. But I feel like I'm really talking to these mother cards. The mother card, the mother pile. Yeah. The wild rose, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness and untamed. And this goes down with the full energy. Now's your time to be so untamed, it's unreal. I'm hearing if they thought you were crazy before, it's like, watch me now. If they thought you were in tune with the universe before, watch me now. That's what I'm hearing. Plant yourself here, integration, embodiment, grounded action. And I think some of you are coming to the space of being grounded. But if you feel chaotic in your expression, some of you, this is just the fallout of where you've been. After the rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, and acceptance. And for some of you, chaotic energy that you feel is actually you being very exuberant. But you're just not used to that energy, so it feels chaotic. And I think that you're having to tame what that feels like to you. The reunion, yeah, soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, and friendship. And I'm hearing this is a reunion in self. So trust in this energy with the rain and the rainbow here. The crowning, initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, set a seat at the table. And for some, you have just reclaimed your divine birthright. Like you knew that this was what you were going to do, and you've just said yes to it and stepped forward into it. And I've just pulled 3 cards that I'm being told to keep for a later date, so I'm going to do so. But I feel like I want to pull more, but I'm not allowed to. I feel like there are some things that Spirit wants to keep hidden right now so that you keep going on the quest. Because all of you here, you are on a deep quest. Yeah, and it's an illusion to get stuck in the mind right now. You're on a quest. Let that be your truth, because you are transforming every step of the way. And some of you feel like you're not, but you are. And you have to keep trusting the process, because you are more than you're giving yourself credit for. Everyone that is here with the 30 here, something happened to many of you on your 30th birthday, that 30th year. A lot happened for you, a lot shifted. You became the master manifester. 1515. So now's the time to tap into that energy. I'm being told to bring these 3 cards back. Yeah, come to me. Attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. And this is what everyone is learning to do here, is to attract through energy. The sacred union, beloved, within and outer relationships. And this is the relationship with self. You're now ready to come back to yourself like never before. The return, a new story, you decide, alignment, and it's coming together. And for someone, you've just rewritten your story, and this changed everything. And many didn't expect you to do this. You just rewrote your truth to your life path, and you were destined to do this. I'm being drawn to Egypt here. There was a karmic cycle and loop that you were in, and you just rewrote the story, which is bring you ultimate abundance. And this turtle does open some way, somehow. There we go. It's like now you've opened up the turtle shell to your abundance, because you decided to rewrite your story. I'm being drawn to the dragons here, and I do have a dragon channeling channel that might be beneficial to some wanting to align their energy. But bottom of the deck energy held, showness of the soil, unseen help, supported, and community. And you are held here. You are held here this lifetime, whoever needs to hear it. Your ancestors and everyone, all your spirit guides and guardians are with you. The soil is with you. And however you want to portray these guardians, you know, it's up to you. But know that you are trusted. There is a reason for you being here. And I think we're all seeking what that reason is, when sometimes all we have to do is be held and to trust. And this is where most of you are right now. You're having to trust in the soil, in where you are and where you've been led. And I was really drawn to angelic energy stepping forward. And I'm wearing black today, and it's been a little while since I've been wearing black, but that's been recent. There's something about going back to black, and hearing Amy Winehouse's Back to Black. It's like going back to that shadow space to unearth this. And for some, you've already gone through this cycle. 5 of Cups, and you're still just releasing that which doesn't feel in alignment to you. But for some of you, you need to come back home to a space that you didn't want to believe was home. You have to come back to that in order to set yourself free. But I feel like I want to leave it here today, everyone. I'm just going to ring this bell just to close down the energies. But I'm being drawn to the show here. I'm being drawn to the dried roses here. And I did mention the crystal ball in the previous reading, which I'm actually going to get up and just grab a couple of messages from, because I feel like that's significant. Looking into the future. So I'm going to say what I see when I hold this crystal ball. I'm seeing an eye, and I'm seeing 2 skulls facing each other, and there's a line in between, and it's like 2 people speaking, but there's interference. So yeah, my whole body's shivering. 2 people are trying to get to each other, but there's interference. Trust in that to find the truth, you have to go back to the heart, and everything's going to be made clear. And now I'm seeing like a crystal cave. I'm also seeing the head of Snoopy, and that was another message. My hair the other day on the side of the bathtub made the shape of Snoopy so eloquently that it was impossible to ignore this. So there's something about going back to the inner child space. And is it Spot the Dog? Those UK books and teaching you to read. That Spot the Dog is stepping forward. And I'm seeing these sparkles here as a supernova. So that galactic energy is coming in, creating new worlds, creating new paradigms. This is where someone's heart lies. And you're not allowing for your truth to be your truth, because I'm hearing it's just too expansive. But you need to get used to that expanse. And now I'm seeing this as a shell. The Fibonacci series sequence. I'm seeing fragmented realities. For some of you, this is what you've been working through, and now you've come back to your grounding space. For some of you, you've beat the game, you've beat the system, now you get to play. That's what I'm hearing. Look out for helpers in unusual spaces and unusual forms. And for some of you, you do know the shadows do know you, and that's okay. That's okay. And, you know, be treacherous and gentle in that space, and in the abomination. Be gentle in the abomination. Wow. There's really something deep there that it's like a glacial. You're going to have to jump down the crevice of a glacial to find the answer. And for someone that's really going to resonate, Antarctica too. I'm seeing seraphim. I'm seeing the very traditional depiction of a biblical angel. And I feel like that just says it all. That expression of creation should mean so much more to strict doctrine than I think anyone is given it credit. Why can't you see it? And for some, you've been waiting for visions to come online and they are coming in for you, but to see it isn't just to believe it, to feel it is also to believe it. And I feel like that's something that some have been missing. You have to feel it. 20:41 on the clock there. But the fault line, which is also another card from the archetype deck, which I think I will put in the description, in the community tab for this reading. Yeah, there's something down that glacial that some need to find. I'm being drawn to this looking like a magpie here. So magpie and black feathers might be a signifier for you in this obsidian here. That's something. Obsidian is something. I'm being drawn to the aura rose quartz point that I've got also. But I'm going to call it here, everyone, with that flash too. Something about a rainbow flash. Something's going to happen as quick as a flash because you've accepted it. And dragon energy stepping forward for that. There's something deeper. I can't see it. I'm not allowed to see it, but yeah, love heart, love for all, I'm hearing. But I'm going to leave it there, everyone. If you'd like an extended reading, how to contact me is in the description below, but I'll be back real soon. Take care.